I Want to Be Sedated by the Ramones. This is basically a 3-chord song. Yes, there's a key change halfway through, but if you play this with power chords, you're doing all the same moves and all the same stuff, just moving up 2 frets. The 3 chords that we need for most of this song are the E power chord at the 7th fret, 9 and 9. Johnny Ramone tended to play this with a flat first finger, but you play power chords absolutely any way you want. This is punk, and punk is all about doing things the way you want to do it and not letting anyone tell you that you can't. The next chord is an A chord, and the other chord in this part of the song is a B. So 1, 2, 3. All that we do halfway through is do all the same stuff we'll learn here, but 2 frets up, which becomes F sharp, B, and C sharp. But to be honest, as long as you've moved 2 frets up, it's irrelevant. Don't think of the chord names. Think and remember how each chord feels proportionate to the other chords. Just move it all up 2 frets. Let's start by learning this iconic riff. This kind of riff is not only similar to songs by the Sex Pistols, for example, God Save the Queen does a very similar thing. But this harks back to 1950s in my opinion, and it's basically Eddie Cochran, right? With songs like Summertime Blues and that bass line. I have a full tutorial for that on my YouTube channel, but all we're doing here is exactly the same thing, but with power chords. And this slide, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All the right hand is ever doing is just strumming eighths, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but we need a more open and bigger strum of string 6 to 3, alongside a strum that just hits the thicker 2 strings and is very palm muted, so the outside of the palm of the hand, just here, this sweet spot, to get a chug sound. So 1 open and then muted. Have to do this with 0 tension in your arm and wrist. It has to be like bam, 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 bam. You have to be able to do it all day. If you're not relaxed enough that you could do it all day, slow it down, focus on the relaxing more. That's the only way you're going to get the speed. It's big, muted, big, muted. And then all we do is on beat 1, we hit an E flat at the 6th fret, slide to 7, and these are at 9th frets. After you've slid, we don't need to strum that second one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 24 hours to go. Then we go A and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now for when we're doing a non-muted strum, you can strum downs and ups or you can strum all down strokes. It's very punk to do all down strums for like a whole song, but this is a 3-minute song or so. Again, if you have that pain in the wrist as a guitar teacher, I've got to say, use downs and ups or relax more. That's how we get the speed of it. That's how we can play this for a full song or a full set of punk songs. Gotta relax, keep the motions as small as possible. Let's have a playthrough of the verses in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. And A, I wanna be sedated. And then we get to the chorus. So that's 2 bars of the E chord, 1 bar of A, 1 bar of E times 2. And these are E5 and A5 power chords. The chorus is then super simple. It's a B chord for a bar, and then an E chord for a bar, both at the 7th fret and the 9th fret. Root 6 for the B chord, root 5 for the E chord. That happens 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, B chord, E, B, E. One more time. And then super simple, we have an A chord and a B. And then it basically goes back to the start again. That's the verse. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Wanna be sedated. Can't control my fingers, I can't control my brain. Hey, then I'll be. The chords that go underneath that solo, if you want to stay on rhythm, are E, A, B, and E. But here's a one-note solo that you absolutely have to learn if you're a fan of rock or punk. And it just plays the 5th fret on string 2 and string 1 together, the open string and the 5th fret. And it just hits that on 8th strums, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It doesn't sound a lot on its own, but it is perfect for this song context. Remember that when you're coming up with guitar solos and learning them in songs. After the solo, we just have 2 bars of the E chord with the riff coming from E flat. And then there's a key change. We move the whole thing, everything we've been doing, up 2 frets. So this is now at the 9th fret and 11th fret. This is an F sharp. This moves to fret 7 rather than fret 5. And then the other chord is directly below where the F sharp is. This is a C sharp. And whatever you're doing before, we just move it to here. Even the lyrics are the same. 20, 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a wheelchair, get me to the show. Hurry, 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 before I go loco. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my toes. Oh no. The only thing you can't do here is hit that open E string, because obviously it's an E and we can't hold that down here. So this would just be. We'll have a full playthrough in 1 second, but let me just talk you through the ending, which is the same as the chord progression over the solo, but it's 2 frets up. It's in F sharp. So this is just F sharp, B, C sharp, and F. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Quick tone tips before we get into the full playthrough. Johnny Ramone tended to use plexis as far as I can tell. I'm sure he used other amps as well, but my plexi style Victory Sheriff 22 does a great sound with that. I've also got the Schaefer replica because you know I like that. It just makes it sound a little bit more compressed and like I'm pushing this amp. But trust me, this is at like low volumes. This is at speaking volume for me, and it sounds great, doesn't it? You can get that on the Boss Katana by being on the Crunch channel. That's going to be great. Experiment with what sounds best to you, whether you're using one of the pedals on there before it, using a pedal as well to you get your sound rather than using the overdrive on the Boss. It's very personal choice. Get the best out of your gear. Remember this punk attitude. Use what you've got and don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. Just pick up your guitar and play, do the thing. That's what it's all about. And let's do the thing. Let's play this song together. From the very start of the song, let's play the riff together in 1, 2, 3, 4. 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Just get me to the airport, put me on a plane. Hurry, 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 before I go insane. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my brain. Oh no, oh no. Same again. 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a wheelchair, get me on a plane. Hurry, 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 before I go insane. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my pain. Oh no. Okay, here you're gonna go A and B, and we're gonna have the solo. And here we're on a verse again. I wanna be sedated, nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated, just put me in a wheelchair, get me to the show. Hurry, 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 before I go loco. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my toes. Oh no, no. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Last time. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Hope you've enjoyed that. I will leave a couple of videos on screen now that I think you might enjoy. Check out my punk power chords course and other classic rock techniques in the top of the description. I'll link to it there. That's over at andyguitar.co.uk, where we have live streams, Discord community, a whole bunch of other things that make what I offer online kind of more well-rounded, more a holistic approach to learning guitar other than just YouTube. So join me over there, and I'll see you next time.